everyone, my name is Sophie. Welcome back to my channel. Today is the first day of summer and I'm so excited. I absolutely love summer. I love the warm weather, but with every change of season, that means that I need to do a deep clean of my space, and that's exactly what we're gonna be doing today. So I'm gonna take you around with me through my apartment and deep clean a few different areas and share some of my favorite tips and tricks with you for deep cleaning. So if you guys are excited, let's jump straight into it. I'm starting off with my vents here, and look at how bad that is. I clearly do not clean these off often enough. And I'm just starting with my xoxo microfiber duster here, which I've linked in the description box below. But after that, I'm gonna have to take quite a few more passes to make sure I get all of the dust. And one way to make sure you're getting in between the vents really well is to take a butter knife and wrap a microfiber cloth around it. Then I'm just spraying some multi-surface cleaner, and that's gonna help get deep in the grooves.
Just call on me to get you, don't forget to get you, to get you, don't forget to get you, don't forget.
Here's another reason that I really like this duster is that you can just take off the actual top of it, stick it straight in the washing machine, and it's nice and clean.
It's time to catch a slow wind.
I'm gonna keep going in the bathroom, and I'm using a magic eraser, which if you haven't tried using a magic eraser, they work wonders. Probably why they're called magic erasers. But I have a few marks along my baseboards and on my walls, so I'm gonna go all through my bathroom and get those marks off.
There's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me to get you, don't forget to just call on me to get you, don't forget.
Another neglected task for me, cleaning those doors, so I'm gonna clean the front and back of every single door in my apartment. I'm also gonna take my magic eraser around the rest of my apartment and make sure I get all of the different spots on my walls and baseboards.
Just call on me to get you, don't forget to just call on me to just call on me to just call on me to get you, don't forget to get you, don't forget to just call on me.
The worst baseboards in the entire apartment. Behind the toilet. Be honest with yourself. How often do you get a deep clean behind the toilet? I really try and do this every time I clean the bathroom and clean the toilet, but it just is always really dusty back there. So today I'm giving it an extra deep clean. Next up are my trash cans. So I have one in my bathroom and then my two in my kitchen, one for regular trash and one for recycling. I'm gonna tie up the trash bags, take those out, and then I'm gonna scrub down the inside of all of my trash cans.
Slipping bright nights, getting me high on life. It's a night to stay up late. Things we have to do can't wait. We've got catching up to do. There's a glow about you. This is a perfect night to catch a cold. Turn the full length of the North Shore. Stay up for the sunrise, make a wish. There is no way we'll be forgetting this.
I'm just cleaning them right here in my kitchen. I'm gonna clean them partially on the floor here and then in the sink as well. I'm just using regular dish soap, making sure I get the inside scrubbed down really well as the outside, and then I'm gonna leave them upside down so they can dry before I put a new trash bag liner in there.
Finding hidden caves, all the wet stones shaped by the ocean waves. It's a night to stay up late. Things we have to do can't wait. We've got catching up to do. There's a glow about you. This is a perfect night to catch a cold. Turn the full length of the North Shore. Stay up for the sunrise, make a wish. There is no way we'll be forgetting. Listen to old songs in headphones. Don't wanna wake up tomorrow. I know a place, would you like to go? You love the view from up there, I know. This is a perfect night to catch a cold. Turn the full length.
Oh man, here comes the oven. I'm using my normal sink cleaner that you guys have seen me use before. Again, it's linked in the description box if you want the exact recipe, but it's just baking soda and some essential oils. I'm gonna sprinkle that on and spray it down with some multi-surface cleaner and let it sit while I pull the oven racks out, and I'm gonna show you a fun trick to clean these off in your bathtub. So I think this is really interesting, but it's something about the anti-static properties that are in dryer sheets that actually help pull the food and baked on gunk on your oven racks away from the metal. I'm just gonna let it sit in here for a few hours, but you can actually let your oven rack sit in the tub for as long as overnight if you really wanna make sure it's gonna get all of that gunk off. Another thing that needs a little bit of attention is my coffee maker, and I have a Keurig, so if you have one as well, you may have heard of something called descaling your brewer, and that's just a way of cleaning out your Keurig to make sure it gets everything out that's built up in there. So there are descaling solutions that you can purchase, but if you have some white vinegar on hand, that works just as well. So I have some, and I'm just gonna pour it into my water reservoir and make sure I run it through the machine as many times as it takes to get all of the water of the reservoir out. Then you're gonna wanna let it sit there, because once all of the water looks like it's gone in the water reservoir, there's actually still gonna be some of that vinegar in your machine. So you wanna let it sit, disinfect, do everything it needs to do to clean it out, and then after it's sat for a little bit, refill up your tank with fresh, clean water and run that through a few more cycles to make sure all of the vinegar gets out so you don't have vinegar in your coffee tomorrow morning.
You better grab that tambourine, bring the bass, we might be wicked. We may be forced to cause a scene, make some trouble, baby.
The oven's ready to scrub, and I'm using a Scrub Daddy sponge, which really does help get rid of a lot of that buildup without using a ton of elbow grease. And I just kind of keep getting my sponge wet and rubbing in that baking soda solution, rinsing it out, going back to the oven. Then I'm just gonna take some multi-surface cleaner, spray the inside down, just because anytime you use baking soda to clean, if you do not fully wipe it down, it is going to turn bright white, and trust me, you do not want that. So if you guys can see, it looks like I've cleaned the whole oven, but there's still that spot on the door. And I actually had somebody ask this question to me in one of my previous deep clean videos. I am actually gonna link that one in the cards above where I deep clean my kitchen. But that mark is actually between the panes of glass. And I'm not gonna clean it here today, but it is something that I know I need to tackle. And the best way to clean anything that's in between the panes of glass is to pull out that drawer underneath your oven, and there's actually a gap there where if you have something thin like a yardstick, you can actually wrap a cloth around it and wiggle it up through there and clean in between the panes of glass. So trust me, I still see that spot there, and I'm gonna clean it.
Left these years ago, I was young and I'm old, still can't fill the void. We don't need the past in our lives for tomorrow. Never see the end of the night filled with sorrow. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done. What do we do to love?
I probably could have left the dryer sheets soaking a little bit longer with my oven racks, but you can even see how easily this wipes off, and you can actually use the dryer sheets themselves to clean the oven racks. So I'm just gonna kind of wipe on all of the bars and clean them as best I can that way and stick it back in the oven.
Out in the unknown, story took its toll. Thought I would have grown. Off the beaten track to become a better man, sinking in the sand. We don't need the past in our lives for tomorrow. Never see the end of the night filled with sorrow. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done. What do we do to love?
I'm just gonna vacuum off all of the couch cushions here, and as I pull them off, I'm gonna try and remember which way they were sitting on the couch so I can flip them over, as well as the cushions that you rest your back on. I'm gonna reverse all of those as well.
What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done. What do we do to love?
Definitely wondering how long this highlighter has been sitting in my couch. I guess out of all things you could find in your couch, a highlighter isn't that bad, but I don't remember the last time I would have been using a pink highlighter while on my couch, so this may have been there for a while. If you guys are wondering the other things that I do kind of on a seasonal basis or a quarterly basis to clean my home, I am going to leave a link in the description box below to my seasonal cleaning checklist, so that way you guys can see everything that I didn't include in this video that I'm also going to do on a quarterly basis to deep clean.
But I can't seem to get enough. My mind is fixed on what it wants. I just let you beat me. Looks can be deceiving. Let you get the best of me. In bed with my worst enemy. This is a no-go. I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone. Back up and get me home. This is a no-go. I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone. Back up and get me. So put your hand in mine. Follow me. Let me waste your time. Set up feet. Do some stupid shit. Take a seat. Let me waste your time. So put your
So I think I'm ready to call it quits for the day. There may be a few more deep cleaning tasks that I want to get done before I'm completely ready for summer. But since it is the first day of summer, I might actually go head outside and try and enjoy the day because I think it's pretty nice out. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more, hit that notification bell, and until next time, I will see you guys later.